On September 5, 1782, at dawn, a judge condemned Bartolina Sisa to death. After being imprisoned for almost a year, the revolutionary Aymara woman was taken to the Plaza Murillo and brutally murdered by Spanish forces. Today, this day is known as International Indigenous Women's Day. Bartolina Sisa was born in La Paz, Bolivia, in 1750. Her parents raised her in the Yungas forest. By the age of 19, Sisa was financially independent and traveled throughout Bolivia's cities, towns, and mines selling coca. In 1772, Sisa married a man named Tupac Katari. Together, they saw firsthand the exploitation of the Pan-Andean people, called the Aymara, by Spanish adversaries. Sisa realized that the entire colonial system worked against the native populations of Upper Peru, and decided to take action. She organized a rebellion by setting up military camps across modern-day Bolivia. Her intimate knowledge of the fears and needs of the Peruvian and Bolivian peoples made her a uniting force, and earned her the title Queen of the Inca. The uprising began when Bartolina and her husband ambushed the city of La Paz in 1781. Despite being outmatched by Spanish weapons, the rebels were some 40,000 strong, outnumbering the opposition. The siege lasted 184 days and is still remembered as one of the great anti-colonial revolutions in the Americas. It was broken when Spanish troops from Lima and Buenos Aires arrived. Once the rebels retreated, the Spaniards began to offer pardons to those who surrendered their rebel leaders. Subsequently, Sisa was betrayed, captured, and turned over in exchange for a pardon, which was ultimately never granted. In Spanish custody, she was imprisoned and tortured, but their violent tactics were useless. Bartolina Sisa gave up no information. She could not be broken. Demanding the release of his wife, Tupac Katari laid another siege. He made several attempts to liberate Sisa, even offering himself in exchange for her freedom. Eventually, he was captured, and Sisa was forced to witness his public execution in the Plaza de Peñas. Then, on the fateful morning of September 5th, 1782, Sisa was killed. Her body parts were scattered throughout the pueblos to discourage other uprisings. But even though her death was meant to intimidate indigenous folks, oral history has immortalized Bartolina Sisa. She is remembered as a revolutionary hero, and on the anniversary of her death, we celebrate International Day of the Indigenous Women. Viva Bartolina Sisa, as she continues to inspire indigenous movements all over the world.